She was stood up on Christmas, fighting tears at a cafe table meant for two. Then a biker's son ran over and asked if they could join her. What she didn't know, she'd once saved that little boy's life, and his father had been searching for a way to thank her ever since. The text came exactly 63 minutes after Lily was supposed to meet him. Not interested. You seem too intense. Sorry. Lily stared at the 3 sentences until they blurred. Christmas Day of all days. Her best friend Emma had sworn this one would be different. The cafe was too warm, too bright, too full of people who hadn't been stood up on Christmas. As she stood to leave, her purse caught the edge of the table. Her phone clattered to the floor, spinning across the worn wooden planks. I got it. A small voice. Lily looked down to see a boy, maybe 7 or 8, scooping up her phone with careful hands. He had dark curls that fell into serious brown eyes, and he wore a denim jacket 2 sizes too big. Thank you, Lily managed, her voice tight. The boy studied her face. You look sad. Are you sad? Mateo, a deeper voice said, gentle but firm. We don't ask strangers personal questions. The man who appeared behind the boy was not what Lily expected. He wore a black leather jacket with patches she couldn't quite read. His dark hair pulled back, a shadow of stubble along his jaw. He looked like he'd ridden straight out of a different world. But his eyes were soft when they landed on his son. I'm sorry, the man said to Lily. He's still learning boundaries. It's okay. Lily took her phone. Really, the boy Mateo wasn't done. Can we join you? All the tables are full, and you look like you could use some company. That's what Dad always says. When someone looks lonely, be their company. Lily's throat tightened. The man looked mortified. Mateo, we can wait, please. The boy's eyes were wide, hopeful. I'm really hungry. It's fine. The words came out before Lily could think. Please sit. The man hesitated, then nodded slowly. If you're sure. I'm Raphael. He offered his hand. His grip was warm, calloused, real. Lily. They sat. Mateo immediately launched into an animated explanation of the morning's events, how they'd set up a toy drive, how Raphael had dressed as Santa's helper, how they'd served breakfast to 30 kids. Raphael listened with patient amusement, interjecting occasionally to correct the more embellished details. Lily found herself relaxing despite everything. The boy's energy was infectious, his joy uncomplicated. What brings you here on Christmas? Raphael asked her. There was no judgment in the question, just curiosity. Lily could have lied, should have lied. Instead, she said, bad blind date. He never showed. Raphael's expression flickered. On Christmas, apparently I'm too intense. She tried to sound casual, but her voice cracked. That's stupid, Mateo announced. You seem nice. Mateo. Raphael's tone held warning. Well, it is stupid. Miss Lily's pretty and she's being nice to us even though we're strangers. That guy is an idiot. Hey, Raphael pointed at his son. Language, but Lily laughed. Actually laughed. Thank you, Mateo. I needed to hear that. Raphael ordered food, pancakes for Mateo, coffee and a sandwich for himself. As they waited, Mateo chatted about school, about his dad's motorcycle, about the community center where they volunteered. And then mid-sentence, he stopped, stared at Lily. Wait, you're the nice lady from before. When I was scared, Lily's heart stopped. She looked at the boy, really looked, and suddenly she saw him. Younger, smaller, sitting in her office at the community center with terrified eyes. 9 months ago, a new foster placement. Another child caught in the system's machinery. Mateo, she whispered. Mateo Reyes? He nodded, and his eyes filled with tears. You told me it was okay to be scared. You said being scared meant I was smart, not weak. Nobody ever said that before. Raphael went very still beside his son. His hand found Mateo's shoulder. I remember you. Lily's vision blurred. I remember you loved drawing superheroes. I still do. Mateo's smile was tremulous. But now I draw motorcycles too. 'Cause Dad taught me. She looked at Raphael, saw the fierce protectiveness in his face, and understood. You adopted him 6 months ago. Raphael's voice was rough with emotion. Best decision I ever made. The moment stretched between them, fragile and profound. This chance meeting that wasn't chance at all. Thank you, Raphael said quietly, for whatever you did for him back then. He talks about you sometimes. The counselor who listened. I just did my job. No, Mateo shook his head firmly. You did more. You made me feel like I mattered. The waitress arrived with their food. As they ate, as Mateo insisted Lily try his magic pancakes, as Raphael told stories that made them all laugh, Lily realized something. Maybe she'd been stood up, but maybe she'd been exactly where she was supposed to be. So you work at the Riverside Community Center? Raphael asked. For 5 years now. I'm a youth counselor. It's the best place ever. Matteo interrupted. They have art classes and Miss Sandra makes really good cookies and there's a basketball court, and he stopped abruptly, his expression falling. Wait, is it true? What I heard? Lily's stomach dropped. What did you hear? Some kids were talking. They said the center might close. That's not true, right? She wanted to lie. But Matteo was looking at her with those two old eyes. It's complicated. That means yes, Matteo said flatly. Adults always say it's complicated when the answer is bad. Raphael's jaw tightened. What's going on? Lily sighed. Budget cuts. The city council says we're not cost-effective. There's been some negative perception. A few incidents got blown out of proportion by the media. Now people think we're not safe. That's stupid. Matteo's voice cracked. It's not the wrong element. It's kids who need help. Like I did. I know, sweetheart. The endearment slipped out naturally. Raphael was quiet, then spoke. How long do you have? There's a review in 2 weeks. We need to prove we're valuable to the community. That place saved me, Matteo said, his voice small again. When I first got to foster care, I was so scared. Miss Lily would let me sit in her office and just draw. She never made me talk until I was ready. You were so brave, Matteo. I wasn't. But you made me feel like I could be. He turned to his father. Dad, we have to help. Raphael looked at his son, then at Lily. Something shifted in his expression. We'll help however we can. You don't have to, Lily started. Yes, we do. Raphael's voice was firm. That place helped my son. What do you need? I don't even know where to start. We need community support, positive press, something to show we're making a real difference. Then we'll figure it out. Raphael pulled out his phone. Give me your number. We'll coordinate. As Lily recited her number, Matteo grabbed both their hands. This is like a mission. Like superheroes teaming up. Raphael and Lily exchanged glances over his head, something passing between them and understanding, a spark of possibility. Yeah, kid, Raphael said softly. Like superheroes. Outside the cafe window, snow began to fall. Lily had walked in expecting nothing. She was leaving with something that felt dangerously close to hope.